how you do that? About social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermain Botsio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermain Botsio. And on today's show, as you guys know, it is Tuesday, and I got the one, the only mind of Jamal, man who is beating up liberals. Let me tell you, how are you doing, sir? How you doing?
Jermain, it is good to be back. How are you feeling and how are you healing? How are you going along? If you don't mind, Jermain, can you give us a real quick report, of how you're doing therapy-wise and everything?
Oh, yeah. I can definitely do that. I'm still dealing with a little bit numbness and tingling in my hands. I have a spinal cord injury, and I'm dealing with that. Other than that, my neck, my C2 and C7 is healing well, resting well, and, taking it day by day. That's one thing I can say. I'm really grateful to take it day by day. There's a lot of stuff that is going on in the world, a lot of people who are sick, a lot of people who are, dying. And one thing I can tell you, I'm glad to be in the position I'm in. I thank God every day. So I just want to thank everybody for their prayers and everybody reaching out to ask me how I'm doing. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Jamal, as well. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. You can see what's going on right now. The Luciferians don't like me. They don't like you. They don't. They want us gone, ladies and gentlemen. They want us to behave like the people who are woke. All right? The people somehow, their brains aren't working correctly and they don't know. We can't act like them. We have to act like God's children because we're God's children. You understand? There's some folks out there who hate God.
Yes.
I ain't lying. They wake up every day hating God. We don't. And they hate us for that. You understand? They absolutely do. So make sure you guys do us a favor. A small favor, tiny favor. It's real tiny, trust me. I need you to hit that like button, and I need you to share. All right? Very simple. like button and share, because one thing I can tell you, there's people out there who believe that, hey, everybody thinks like a liberal. They don't know that our type of thinking is out there. They don't know that children of the Lord is out there. Let's make us known. All right, so hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Jamal, I am ready to flame. We have a lot of folks in the audience right now. They are ready to get rocking. How about you, sir? Hold on, brother. I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
To quote the famous Buford T. Justice, we are armed and ready to go. That's from Smokey and the Bandit, too.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. First one up, I want to go ahead and speak to you guys about a viral video that is getting a lot of attention right now. Let me tell you something. It goes into our what we call cantankerous woman category. It seems to be a lot of them out there right now. This crazed woman trashes this convenience store and spits on the owner because she believes she has gotten bad service. I want you guys to go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you share. All right. Crazed woman mad because she believes she got bad service, and the store owner told her kids to stop running around in the store. Ain't that crazy? Absolutely. Here we go.
Police. I'm waiting for the police.
I'm waiting on the police with your ass, bitch. You doing whatever the fuck I do. The fuck you thought? Huh?
Stay away.
Bitch, I got real spit for you. Try me.
Okay, you got it. You got it. You want some? Here you go.
You gonna have to.
There you go.
And start over. Start over. All them been on the ground and everything. Start over, bitch. I ain't playing with you. The fuck you thought? Bitch, I'm here for 45 minutes playing with your ass, and now you finna give me something? Bitch, you got me fucked up.
What is
Standing
up
on
with
shit,
black
stop
folks
playing with me.
acting like this?
Bitch, get this shit. The fuck you thought? Start over, hoe. What y'all want? Come get it.
Black folks trying
What?
to make sure
What?
all the
You
races
can give me
hate
some
us.
bags. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
All
What the
races
fuck?
gonna
What y'all
hate
want?
us because of this crap.
Yeah,
What you want?
over some dumb stuff like that. Can't even
Touch your kid,
act
I'm gonna
well.
fuck you up. What the fuck you want?
Hey.
Touch him. I'm gonna fuck you up. You got the wrong one. Touch him. Touch him. Touch him.
That's you going to teach your kids?
Touch him.
That's what
Bitch,
you
you.
make,
That's
going
the
to
fuck
make
you talking.
them like
Hell
that?
no, ain't nobody gonna get his ass.
That's how you make your
kids.
kids?
Act a
how you
fool for
make
your
your
shit.
kids?
Act a fool for your
That's how
shit.
you make your kids.
Act a fool for your
That's
shit,
how
bitch.
you
You
make
heard
your
me?
kids.
Get
That's
shut
how
the
you
fuck
make
up and
your
get my
kids.
shit. Get my shit.
Stay away, make a
There,
distance.
wait. You walked up on me and
Make a
got your
distance.
shit right.
Make a
I'm walking
distance.
on you getting on my shit, bitch. Give me my shit. You walked up on me and got your shit.
Look at
And they still ain't pulled up. Get my shit. Or give me what the fuck I want. Cause ain't shit moving around this bitch. I got real spit for you. Try me. Bitch, stop playing with me.
Why you
Cause
spit on me?
cause
I
did,
was saying
bitch.
you nothing.
Cause I did.
I was saying you nothing. I was acting
They
civilized.
are out of
I'm not
freaking
like
control.
you.
Pass
I'm
civilized.
very
What the fuck you
educated.
talking about? Pass your civilized. Bitch, when you stole my shit and gave it to the next bitch, fuck you talking about? Motherfucker, I've been real nice with you. All you got was some spit. The fuck you talking about?
That's what you only can do.
What?
That's only can you do.
Oh, you sure?
You are
sure?
uneducated like you
Bitch,
act
you
like
a
this.
you are uneducated.
That's what the fuck I'm
That's
trying
what
to
he
wear.
said.
You bitch, stop playing with me. Bitch, you ain't fucking with anybody. Stop playing with me.
Listen, I'm saying you
God.
ready.
What?
Look at how
Say-
she's
you
squaring
been saying
up
my
too.
shit.
Stay on your place,
What the
let
fuck
come
they
some
at?
man.
What
I
the
will
fuck they
tell
at?
you.
Oh, my nigga can back me up too. What the
That's
fuck you
not
thought?
my culture
Yeah,
to put
like
a
a
hand on
man.
some lady.
You think you
Send
think
some
I'm
your
listening
man.
to this shit?
Send some your man.
Yep, same like a man.
Bitch, whoever.
Let me go ahead and stop it right here. So Apu there. Jamal, you see Apu in them.
Uh-huh.
Apu in them said that, hey, is this how you behave in front of your children? Is this how you teach your children? She got even more upset. She spit on him. She squared up like she was a Friday night boxer. I kid you not. Tommy Sotomayor, shout out to him, the legend. He says that black women act like this because most of them haven't got their ass whooped at home. Brother, what do you think about this here? Black woman, she's in a convenience store. She is absolutely mad at this convenience store owner because he said something to her children.
I would like to thank Miss Lolly Ryder. Miss Lolly Ryder, thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Jermain, this just goes to show you the depravity in the community, how ignorance have latched upon the black community, and it won't let go. Imagine an animal, a lion, with a gazelle in its mouth. It's not gonna let that gazelle go until it's devoured. The ignorance in the black community is so high and so prevalent. Number one, she did act ignorant and incompetent. And for her to square off like she wanted to fight.
Yup.
See, the problem is ain't too many Ike Turners around no more. Problem is ain't no daggone who else was a known Bobby
Brown. Bobby Brown.
I don't know if Bobby Brown beat Whitney. I don't know about that.
You think maybe she was making it up?
I don't know. I could say I didn't hear too much about that. But this is they say, why do people look down upon us? This woman, when you said acting ignorant in the store, you already figured out what color it was. You knew it wasn't Asian.
Yep.
You knew it wasn't Latina. You probably thought it was white, but you say, what state?
Yep.
Now, if it's one of them Karens up in New York,
yeah, one of them,
or you may catch them close to the Appalachian Mountains, yeah. But you know, if you was betting it all, you gonna bet it was somebody black. And this is embarrassing.
Very.
And was that her child that was with her?
Yep, absolutely.
So what this does is continues the ignorant and violent culture, because the child sees the mama act like that. That child will be 5 times worse, and that child will be 5 times worse. Look at the level of ignorance. It just jumps each generation. The ignorance of the 1980s spawned the ignorance of the late 2000s. You see the baby. Then you got 2000s. It's embarrassing.
It is very embarrassing. I want to go and give a shout out to Lowly Rider as well. Shout out to Lowly Rider. Thank you for your generosity and taking our challenge. Shout out to Lowly Rider. Now, Jamal, one thing I know about this situation is that when it comes to men have a certain respect for each other. We know that if we behave a certain way, things can get really nasty. Things can get bad very quickly. It can be even life and death. Can it, Jamal?
Well, Jermain, what you basically saying when it comes to men, we know there is a line where this other man may swing.
There you go. There's
a line that he may punch. Conversation over, he will punch you. Women seem to think that line don't apply to them
There you
until
go.
they're slapped.
Absolutely. Just like you said, men know that there's a line. There's a boundary line that we know if we cross it, right? Especially spitting on a man, right? Or giving him a slap. We know that, my goodness gracious, we're going to get into it. We know this. But when it comes to women in this category, they don't know it because of the gender, quote unquote, roles of today. They can go ahead and cross this boundary back and forth with not a fear or a care in the world of getting their ass whooped. And we know as men that if we do this, it can lead us to the morgue, it can lead us to jail, or it can lead us
to the hospital
or in bed with a gosh darn headache. And that's what is going on, I believe, in the community. We have a lot of women who are behaving like this, and it's because of the lack of, respect towards men, in a sense. Last words on this here, sir.
I want to thank Jose Marquez. I want to thank Jose Marquez for his kindness and generosity and his donation through Jermain, this woman should be humiliated. The child should be humiliated, and her family should be humiliated. But as well as in the black community, the ignorance of this woman, girl, we saw you on World Star. You crazy. Don't nobody say, no, you embarrassing. You just slid the black community back 100 years. You got us, yours and masterpieces, shows pieces, peaches, and apples. Yeah, you just knocked us back that far because now people going to look at us and expect us to be ignorant and stupid and loud all the time.
Absolutely. It's really embarrassing. It really is. And if you speak to some black liberals, people like the next person we're about to speak about, Al Sharpton, we can even throw in Van Jones. They would say that this is a slither of the black community. And that's a gosh darn lie. It's part of the culture.
Yes.
Because the family has eroded, and there's a lot of women who have picked up, the other role of being, a man and a woman. They feel that they need to behave in this way to, quote unquote, make it. Now, there's a man that we're about to speak about here, Jamal, that is really making some folks mad and really thinking. T.D. Jakes, he spoke about what's going on with the gender roles today, and he's saying that we are raising women to be men. And in a sense, I believe he is correct. When it comes down to women, they believe that to become a man, to act like a man, you must be mean, nasty, rude, right? Some sort of crazy anger temper. And they behave in this way, but men don't behave in that way at all. Men don't show aggression in that manner. And I believe that trying to act like a man is really a detriment to a lot of women and a lot of families in our society. I want to go ahead and run this clip here. It's with Pastor T.D. Jakes, or Bishop, excuse me. Whoa, he's a bishop.
Prophet.
T.D. Jakes, he says, we're raising women to be men. I want to go ahead and run it. When I come back, I want to get your take on this, Jamal. Is he correct in his analysis? Is there a little truth in it? I want to get your take on it. Here we go. Make sure you guys share. please, oh please, we need your help. Here we go.
Hit that like button.
Absolutely. Hit that like button.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning. The conversation has become, let's prove to the men how dispensable they are. And it is born out of pain because we hurt you and betrayed you and lied to you and cheated to you. And you became like you became out of pain. Oh, Lord. I told you they wasn't going to like this, Jesus.
Wow. Let me go ahead and stop it there. T.D. Jakes pissing off a lot of his congregation. Now, Jamal, he's saying that women of today are being praised of how rough and tough they are, how nasty they are, how possessive they are, how much they can compete with a man. This is what he's saying. He's saying that the modern woman right now, her job is to show the world how indispensable the man is. What do you think about this here? Is there any truth to what he's saying?
T.D. Jakes.
And I know he got some craziness to him too. We spoke about it the other day, but go ahead, brother.
When it comes to T.D. Jakes and these other prosperity preachers, every now and then they got to quote the Bible and got to talk what the Bible says. No matter how much they hate it and they try not to, they still got to make sure they do what the Bible says. Mm-hmm. They got to. They hate it, but they got to. What TDJ is talking about is how masculine and authoritarian our women have taken. Mm-hmm. And it does push men away. If you've been fighting all in the job, fighting in the streets, you don't want to come home and fight with your woman. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these women push men away. You look at the Black community and the decimation that has came. This just didn't start overnight. This just wasn't one thing they came up with and said, we're going to walk out and leave. It became natural. It was entertainment. It went from entertainment to music, from music to television, and then back. The destruction of the family. When you look at women and what TD Jakes is talking about, which he actually helped did. Woman, thou art loose.
Yep.
The Bible says you're bound. And when these people get these milk-warm sermons and it blows out of control and people start doing everything other than what the scripture did, it's like, whoa, how did this happen? I got to get this under control. He was right. They do teach our women to be men.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what he ain't mentioning is he was part of the problem.
There you go. He certainly was part and still is part of the problem, actually. When we speak about out of wedlock birth rate, black women have some responsibility to bear in that. They know that they can control the children being popped out of the community.
Yes.
But he doesn't speak about this. He doesn't speak about, hey, women out there, wait for a good, decent man to come around. Wait so that you can get married. He doesn't say, all that type of talk is gone. And then now, since it's getting out of control, and maybe he was fighting with his wife at home, I don't know. He decides to tell the truth. He decides to speak in this way. I believe that there is some truth to what he's saying. It is something that we've been speaking about on this program for many years, that we've been seeing a huge shift. It's the same reason why the liberals are for abortion. They want women to be men. Why do you think that they talk about, hey, let's get rid of gender roles. Let's get rid of gender altogether. They want men and women the same. I want women to understand that. And it's because they don't like you. They don't respect you. They don't love you. That's why. We are designed to handle different things. And that's okay. It really is. And
yes, it is.
Liberals don't like to hear that. They don't. They inherently hate God. They do. And it's a shame. It certainly is. We need a movement in this country to let women know and understand that it's okay to be a natural woman. Right? You don't have to compete with men. You don't have to do what liberals want you to do. Liberals right now want you to have an abortion. They'll pay for it so you can go back to work. I want women to understand something. They want you in the workplace so that they can get more and more money. It's about profits. It's not about family. They could give a crap about what your family life is as long as you work. And some of you guys have a position where you work, and if you miss one day, they'll fire you. You get sick, guess what? They're looking for somebody to take over your position. Some of you guys live a life like that. And let me tell you something. That is terrible. And it's because of what we value in our society right now. Women don't value being a woman. And I said this yesterday. I got hell. And I'll say it again. Look at our baby formula epidemic right now. Right? We can't find baby formula. Back in the day, Jamal, and I spoke with Anthony Allen about this. Back in the day, Jamal, what happened? I mean, there wasn't baby formula like that, Jamal. I mean, how did the baby survive? Can you tell me? I'm just I'm green behind the ear. I'm a little dumb. Tell me, Jamal, please. How did babies survive back in the day?
Number one, they were allowed to play. They were allowed to crawl on the ground. They were allowed to get cut. What's going on now is a direct plan to tear America down. Tear it down. The countries that's doing the tearing down, they don't have transgender problems on their battlefield. If you are, shut up, pick up the rifle and charge.
Yep.
If you and this is what's going on between our society and their society. But we're going to focus on the Black woman because that's the topic. For so many years, Black men have said Black women walked away from them, turned their backs on them. So that's why they date outside their race. Now, Black women are getting hold of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to look in the mirror and change their personality. Nobody wants to say, you know what, I'm a blank hole. Let me get some therapy.
Yep.
They want the easy thing out, and that's what TD Jakes preach. Easy days out. That's all he want. He wanted easy, laid back, doing nothing.
Collect the money.
That's why our community has a problem. Because when TD Jakes come on, ooh, it's time for the bishop.
Yep.
What is the bishop saying? Is the bishop delivering your soul, giving you standards by the word of God, or the bishop letting you act like you want to, a pretty fool?
As long as that tithing money coming in, he trying to keep, the congregation happy. Right now, when you look at the congregation and what it's made out of.
Mostly women.
Yep. 80% women. What happened to the men, Jamal? They don't like God anymore? What happened?
After World War II, after all that death and seeing all that death, a lot of men lost their faith. Okay? They lost their faith. A lot was working. So we had it so easy to give women so women wouldn't have to work as hard, if not equal, to us. They can stay home moms, take care of the families. That's what originally they were supposed to do. But woman, thou art loose. Woman is to be the next man. That goes to show you who he is. Yep. And it ain't good.
It ain't good at all. TD Jakes, I have a huge problem with Negroes like him. I just want them to be honest. I know if they were to be honest, they would lose their congregation. The women would just get up and leave. They know this, Jamal. So they have to cater to their congregation. You get what I'm saying? If they were to be honest, Jamal, literally, you know how a lot of women are today. They live on emotion. So if you don't cater to that emotion and make them feel good, they're gonna get up and leave. And it's something in my eyes that needs to change. We have to get over, just making people feel good through emotion and just being honest with them. Yes. It blows my mind. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We gonna need your help. All right.
Yes. Please like and share.
Please like and share. I want to also give a shout out to my guy Robert Marvin. Donated. Says double J's are back in. Hold on. Action. Back in action. Absolutely. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We gonna definitely need your help. You see what's going on here, right? You see it. This show we speak about very, very tough issues, right? Issues that make you want to cry sometimes and hit the wall. Yeah, but you have to discuss them. You have to. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about a viral video that is showing a crowd throwing bottles at cops in the Bronx.
And they should have returned back hot.
Absolutely.
With hot metal.
Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Here we go. Just terrible.
There is outrage tonight from the police commissioner and the union after videos circulate of officers having bottles thrown at them while trying to make an arrest.
It happened on Sunday after the Bronx Dominican Day Parade wrapped up. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner has more now from the Grand Concourse.
A crowd is seen yelling at officers as a man is walked away in handcuffs around 7:30 Sunday night at East 168th Street and Sheridan Avenue in the Bronx. The NYPD says officers were responding to a large group gathered there drinking, playing loud music, blocking the sidewalk, and being disorderly. From this video, seconds later, it appears one officer comes back and throws another man to the ground and tensions escalate. The man in the yellow is seen punching a cop and then several glass bottles are thrown at officers. Video from another vantage point shows the person in yellow running away.
There are more cops here. They were doing their job. I think some people don't live in this area.
It's pretty dangerous. So usually people just stay inside.
Police say officers approached one individual who tried to flee. Turns out he had a loaded firearm on him, and that's when officers tried to disperse the crowd.
To think that people would think it's acceptable to throw anything at a police officer is outrageous.
The police union tweeted, "Not shocking anymore, and that's a problem." NYC police officers are seeing this on a daily basis and added it needs more support from the justice system.
We're going to identify the people who are responsible for that. We're going to bring them to justice.
For me watching the video, that's a plot against the police.
Greater staffing resources would have assisted in that particular situation. The NYPD is experiencing a monstrous amount of attrition in relation to officers leaving.
The NYPD released these photos of 7 individuals ages 20 to 25. They are asking the public to help them find.
About 90% squiggles in their hair.
The glass, and one person did sustain cuts to their face and had to be taken to a hospital. In the Grand Concourse section of the Bronx, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
Police say 3 men were arrested and faced charges, including criminal possession of a weapon and resisting arrest. 4 officers suffered minor
I bet
injuries.
most of them were raised by the mama. I bet they got some sort of BLM sticker or flag or some sort of gosh darn picture in their possession. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you got to think about this? Ain't this crazy? Cops doing their job, harassed by these Negroes, throwing bottles at them. And I want folks to understand there's been cops who have died by pedestrians, by idiots throwing bricks, rocks, and bottles at their head. Yeah, you take one to the head far away, bingo, bango, you're dead. Right? You hit the sidewalk, you hit the curb, you hit something, you're dead. These people are crazy. Take a look at these Negroes. Take a look. It's not Asians throwing rocks at the cops, throwing bottles at the cops. It's not Jorge and Maria and them, right? No. It's not Apu and them. It's not Apu and them. It is black Negroes. I want people to understand, and this is a problem. Negroes here in America, most of them are raised by the mama. They don't have good upbringing. Look at this Negro. He's having the squiggles in his hair. This one is showing the signature, "I'm not raised correctly because my pants are dropped below my ASS." Brother Jamal, what do you think about this? These Negroes are attacking the cops. They're doing their job. What do you think?
Them Negroes need hot lead thrown back at them. Oh, what a feeling when you throw a full magazine. See, what a lot of people don't understand is the whole Black Lives Matter movement. The police is beating us and killing us.
Yup, that lie.
Is so that black folk could do this. There was no widespread racism before that crackhead George Floyd died. There was no widespread racism and police hunting and killing black men. It wasn't that. The people whom the police shot, 94% were justified. And the ones that went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But they got this type of behavior back in the 70s, you wouldn't have did this. In the 80s, because they shot your hind part. Because those are deadly weapons. They don't know what you're doing. So one of them sit there, catch you throwing, back up.
Yep.
But we don't want to be held. Here's the thing. Here's a dirty little secret people need to understand about the black community. We do all that. We want to be treated equal. We want to be treated like everybody else. And at the end of the day, you find out it's not true. We don't want to be treated like everybody else. We don't want to be treated equally. Because if we got treated equal, people will look us in the face and say, don't even talk about racism. Don't even talk about that, because the problem isn't racism. The problem is you, the choices you make, the choices you make in junior high, because many of these young black girls are getting pregnant in junior high. And as you said, those kids that's out there throwing those bottles, no daddy in the home. Look at all that weave in her head.
It's absolutely.
She trying to look like she trying to look like she Angela Davis from the 1960s with weave in her. That black woman got some red blonde hair, and she be the first one talking about why y'all vote for Donald Trump? Y'all acting like coons. Why you acting like white folk?
Absolutely.
Why don't you take the white folk hair out of your head?
Absolutely. Here's another reason why people need to run away from BLM, run away from these fake narratives of racism. Oh, the police are so racist. I want people to understand, Negroes out there want you to believe that they're scared of the police. You know what I'm talking about, Jamal. They say it all the time. Yo, these police, they hunting us down. You see, as a black man, we can't even walk outside without being shot by the police.
I have a black son, Jermain.
Absolutely.
And I worry every day when my black child go outside and rob people and get in gang fights. I tell my black child, the police may shoot you because you black. So don't you point that gun that you gonna use to rob the store at the police, because you'll be another dead black man that they don't care about.
Yeah, you know, they don't want equal treatment from the police. They want special treatment, just like the LGBTQ folks, just like the other confused folks in the world. That's what they want. They don't want equal treatment. And one thing I do know is that if you're raised by your mama, a lot of the times your reasoning in life will be emotional. A lot of stuff that you'll be talking about is emotional. I don't like how that person talked to me. You know, I mean, all sorts of dumb stuff like that. We need to get back to real law and order. And now I feel bad for the cops. The cops right now are being pummeled by these idiots who claim to be scared, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be scared if you're throwing things at the police like this. It doesn't work like that. You cannot be scared. It's another lie that is being put out by the mainstream media and Negroes who want to benefit off what's going on. And what's going on right now is that you can slip and fall and cry and gosh darn it, get a check. Last words here, sir.
They can slip, fall, cry, get a check, then do a movie to go on all the Sunday shows talking about how they let it down. But what we see here, Jermain, every black person in America should be like, wow, no, we have to change our image. The only thing that can save the black community image is the black community. Mm-hmm. No amount of white guilt. They can't help it because they black and I hate myself because I'm white. No amount of that, no amount of government funding or program will fix the problem of personal responsibility.
You ain't lying.
Personal responsibility solves a lot of crimes a lot of quick because you find out you did what you did because you lack personal responsibility.
I'm telling you, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Shout out to Keith Stennett. Says, I've never seen a scared. I believe that is nigga, but I'll use the word nigga. They are loud, obnoxious, and confrontational. Absolutely. You don't see scared niggas running around saying they're scared out loud. Nope. They don't do that. These folks here know what the deal is. They know that there's a lot of gullible whites out there, and they know that the media is on their side. They know this. So they can act and misbehave when the cops come and get a check. They know this. So people need to start being real smart when you're handling Negroes of this type. And usually you'll know who they are. They start speaking broken English. Their pants are dropped. You get what I'm saying? They wear jerseys all the time. They don't have a button-up shirt. They wear Jordans all the time. You get what I'm saying? They ain't got no good pair of boots or dress shoes. Those Negroes, they're a different class, they're a different breed, and they're easy to point out. They're very easy. Yep. Absolutely. 99% of the time, they're going to be Democrat too. Absolutely. There's that 1% when they'll say they're a Democrat and they act well. But most of the time, they're going to be Democrat and acting crazy like this. Absolutely. So I'll make that stuff up. Hit that like button, make sure you.
But Sheila, you just mad, Jermain, that you on with a real black woman. Yep. You with that little white girl. You need a real black woman.
Yeah.
You need a real black woman in your life. You just don't want nobody to challenge you.
Yep.
Yes, I don't want nobody to challenge me. When I come home and I kiss my woman, I don't want to be in the middle of a lightsaber fight like I'm fighting Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
No, I don't. I want my woman to be easy, kind, and going.
Yep.
And I would like to thank Katie Walker. Katie Walker, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page.
Absolutely. Shout out to Katie Walker. Shout out to Chris Paulin, who donated on our Rumble. And also shout out to Julie Goldberg, who donated through our PayPal and took the challenge. Shout out to thank you so much. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right? Absolutely. Next one up, I want to speak to you about flexing on the internet. One thing I've been seeing lately is a lot of videos of inmates flexing, basically showing. All right, if you don't know what flexing is, it is showing off things that you believe is, quote unquote, popular. Okay, flexing, right? What's going on is that I've been seeing a lot of videos of inmates, people who are in prison, county jail, showing, money that they're making in jail, drugs that they're selling and smoking in jail. Some of them are eating 5-course dinners and everything else. It's crazy. I want you guys to take a look at this when it comes back. I want to speak about it. One thing I've been saying for a very long time is that we need to reform our jail system here in America. I believe that a lot of our jail system is too, how can I say, lavish for a lot of folks.
Too many rights.
We're too into the emotion of the criminal instead of the punishment. I want you guys to take a look at this. Some inmates here are flashing money and expensive watches here on social media. I want you guys to take a look at this viral video. People are sharing this. Everybody and their mama's mama is speaking about this. Make sure you guys share. Here we go.
From the street to the pin through having motion.
Yeah, that look cool there, y'all. Look at him, though. A lot of pretty nice. He say he look cool, but he's stepping big, though. That's what he's saying, goddamn. Yeah, you see what's going on?
Let me go ahead and do it again.
From the street to the pin through having motion.
Yeah, that look cool there, y'all. Look at him, though.
His little diamond rings. Then
he say he look cool, but he's stepping big, though. That's what he's saying, goddamn. Yeah, you
and
see
his
what's going
designer
on?
shirt in the back. Jamal, Negroes definitely like to, do stuff like this. We call them fashion Negroes now. They act just like their mama, showing off the pants and the shirt they're wearing. The Negro on this video here, he's in prison. You can see that he's sitting there with his celly, and he's showing the rings on his finger, the watch that he has on his hand, and the money he's counting up. This type of behavior, Jamal, is the main reason why that I believe he probably got put in there. Gosh darn it, it looked like all he's doing is just, chilling and buying time to get out and do the same thing. What do you think?
The penal system, the state that he is in, number one, he needs to be charged with possessing escape equipment.
Yep.
You're not supposed to have a cell phone. Why do they take your cell phones in prison? Because you can communicate without people hearing it, and you can be planning an escape. That. Number two, take that money. Take that money.
Yep.
He love flossing that money. Take it. Why? Because I'm pretty sure he has some court fees and other things he needs to pay. But this goes to show everybody how relaxed our system is.
Absolutely.
Here in America. You don't get fed like that. He got too much weight. Do you realize people go in prisons in China, Russia, Brazil, England? They come out smaller.
Like a ghost.
Why? Because those countries aren't wasting a budget to feed people who could not make it in society. And I want to thank Julie Goldberg, Miss Julie Goldberg. Thank you. The whole thing about prison is to take you out of society, to put you in an area for you to realize you did wrong and put you back in because you're rehabilitated. But what this goes to show you that the prison system, yeah, it's corrupt, but it's corrupt in the favor of the inmates.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And this is what you get. And I hope somebody from the prison system sees that, recognize him, and take all that money, all of it.
All of it. He needs to be stripped of that money. I can tell you he didn't get it legitimately. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. Make sure you do share. In this country, we have a restorative justice. That's what we have, where we think about the inmate and how to restore that inmate, right? Let's go ahead and get the inmate in, pottery class, some wood cutting class. Let the inmate get a GED, things of this nature. That's what we have been leaning towards in our society, restorative justice. We used to have what we call a punitive justice model. That means that you go in there and gosh darn it, you're really doing time. Yeah, remember the chain gangs, right? They'll be out there breaking rocks out there in the heat. Yeah, we need to bring back them.
Of the men working on the chain gang. Oh, don't you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang?
Absolutely. They need to have the chain gang all throughout this nation. Just like Jamal was saying that in a lot of other countries, you go into jail, you come out smaller. You come out anemic. I want folks to understand. You come out malnutrition. Yeah. Some of y'all never heard that word before. Malnutrition. Yeah.
That means
that your nutrients, you're lacking it. Yeah, that's what happens when you go to jail. You come out looking small. I want folks to understand that. And what that does, it makes the person realize, hey, this is a place I don't want to go. Back in Africa, Ghana, West Africa, and I'm using them as an example. If you go to jail, you know what you eat? They give you a little cup of rice. A cup of rice a day. Jamal, you know what? You know how much money you're saving with a cup of rice? And you're sleeping on the cement?
You getting, because he going to shake the spoon. He old spoon shaker. They going to get that spoon shaker because he going to be a trustee so he can sit there and get some food. Give you a spoonful of rice, a dip of gravy, the smallest patty they can find.
Yep.
See, here in America, our inmates got rights. They'll file a grievance.
Yep.
And so that's the problem.
Absolutely. You know, I'm telling you, a little cup of rice, by the time you come out of that jail, you will never go back again. You will never go back again. You'll be straight and clean until you die. You think I'm playing? But in our country here, you know why they're in and out of jail? Because when you go to jail, you got a nice hot meal, right? You got a nice place to lay your head. You get what I'm saying? You got some jail counselors. Yeah. Somebody to ask you how you doing. Hey, how you doing, Jamar Quavius? How you doing? I know you robbed your 50th person today. I know that. How's that gun treating you? Oh, okay. You got a snub nose now. Okay. That's the way they behave. And we need to get rid of that type of narrative, that type of thought process in our country. We need to go back to punitive justice. You go in there, you're crying for your mama to get you out. Last words here, sir.
This just goes to show you that our prison system is being abused by the activism that has went on. All jokes aside, there are too many activists in prison trying to make prison feel as if it's not prison. Too many activists are trying to have inmates with more rights and more privileges when they need not to be. America's the only nation that don't beat inmates. If you badmouth a cop, they don't take you in the middle of the yard and beat you till you are senseless and black and blue. They don't do that. But our penal system, our code of justice, give all these rights to inmates.
Too many rights.
And they don't learn that this is wrong, what I did.
Yeah, absolutely correct, Jamal. They give them too many rights. Too many rights. The only right you should have is to shut your ass up and to do your time. That should be your only right.
Yep.
The fact that you have a prisoner code of conduct, all sorts of dumb stuff that they have there, it blows my mind. But this is what happens when we fall away from doing what is right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to go ahead and move on. I want to go ahead and speak about our next topic here. Monkeypox.
Monkey.
Absolutely. Yeah, we talking about the liberal disease. Liberals are out in full force trying to get everybody and their mama's mama scared right now. Yeah, COVID don't scare nobody no more, right? People are too laxed on COVID. So now they're starting with monkeypox. There's been videos, a lot of videos, of people showing the symptoms they're getting from monkeypox. People looking like they got some some chocolate stuff on their face. I don't know what the heck it is. Ant holes, I have no idea. It looked crazy. But I want you guys to take a look at this. Man suffering from monkeypox speaks out as cases rise in Chicago. Now, there's several cities right now in the U.S. that have claimed emergency. They said that monkeypox is getting out of control. Gosh darn it. You
right
better
in
run.
time for the 2024 midterm.
Ain't it?
2022 midterm.
I'm telling you, boy, they time it real perfectly.
We're not doing nothing.
Take a look at this. Here we go. Make sure you share too.
Hey guys, day 15 of monkeypox. Just giving you guys an up close look at my lesions. Normally I'm clean. Hey guys, day 15 of monkeypox. Just giving you guys an up close look at my lesions. Normally I'm clean shaven, but obviously I don't want to take a razor around this. But yes, they're painful. But fortunately, I've got some good pain medications, so I'm hoping these are going to be falling off in a few more days.
What the heck is that?
The recovery period
you got
is usually
some chocolate
2 to 4
on
weeks,
your lips,
I'm expecting probably about a 3.5 week recovery period. I just wanted to share my experience on Twitter with y'all. And I know a lot of you have been following, and this is really hard to look at. So I ask for everybody to just have a little compassion and understand if it's hard to look at, imagine what it's like to have. So there's a lot of people out there that have sores not on their face, but on their genitals or in their anal rectal area, and they're going through some serious pain. These aren't people who deserved to get a virus. They just simply got it. And so try to be compassionate. Just remember that they're people and they're worried and they're scared and they're in pain too. If you know somebody that has it, reach out. I know there's a lot of people that feel alone right now and are just wanting somebody to say that somebody's there for them. Fortunately, like I said, I don't have too much longer with these, but I am in the phase where I have other lesions appearing. So like my hand, I've got that little one appearing. I've got a couple on my left knee.
My goodness gracious. Good Lord. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Mr. Jamal, that man good Lord. He got some stuff on him, Jamal. That's all I can say. He got some stuff on him. This monkeypox business seems to be spreading throughout the U.S. Now, I've read some stuff on monkeypox, but I don't know how true it is. What do you think about this here? And the little bit of chocolate he got underneath his lip there. What do you think?
First, we had Sodom and Gomorrah. Now it's coming back in a new strain. Jermain, it is simple, easy. All they have to do is tell men, listen, stop having sex with men.
Period.
You are spreading this. This is spreaded through the contact of men. It is spreaded through the men who have sex with other men.
It is.
And here's another kicker.
HIV on the rise too.
60% of the people infected are black men. So 99% of the people who contracted are men. 99% of the men who contracted have sex with other men. And 60% of the men who have sex with other men that are black get monkeypox. This is nasty. This is a filthy disease. These people are so sexually deviant. They cannot zip their pants up and not have sex for a night. They can't zip their pants up and not have sex. And for all those people who want to keep telling that lie, well, I don't care who you have sex with. That's your business. You are a new fool.
Yeah,
it's that argument right there. It's why we got the crap we got now. Because what they was doing in their bedroom, they're forcing you to agree with it.
Yep.
They're forcing you to agree with it, and you better celebrate it. So yes, what they do in their bedroom do matter.
It do matter, yup.
I have to now. I have to care because they won't let me not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this disease is proof their behavior's causing it. They shut down churches for COVID. They won't shut down the gay parade. They shut down military events. They shut down Bible study for COVID. I bet you they didn't do that for the monkeypox, telling them their festivals and strap leather festivals and dildo festivals, they still have them, but not church. So the gay community can't call themselves marginalized anymore because they're the most important people.
Fire! Absolute fire, Jamal. You're absolutely correct about the demographic of folks getting monkeypox. It's gosh darn 99% of men. Absolutely. And it's the men who are sleeping with men. Yes. Now, somebody put, when you do unnatural things are a result. And you're absolutely correct. HIV is on the rise too, if you don't know. Don't believe me? Go ahead and look it up. There's a famous IG model that they're speaking about who had HIV, who's been spreading it to a lot of other folks because she was sleeping with, quote unquote, down low black men. So I want people to understand what Jamal said is very, very, very important. We have to care what they are doing in their bedroom, because what they're doing in their bedroom affects all of us now. It does. To the point where if you don't agree with what they're doing in their bedroom, you're a bigot. You can lose your job. You can lose your financial well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Wake up. This is what happens when we don't do what is right, when we don't stand up for what is right. The liberals are hoping, they're hoping and praying to their daddy Satan that we don't stand firm and call out their BS and do what is right. We have to, for the sake of everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to. Look at what's going on right now in America. It's like plague after plague now, right? We got COVID, monkeypox. What's next? Donkeypox? Well, what's next after this?
We got donkeypox. Hold on, Jermain. We in America have been suffering from donkeypox since January 21st, 2021.
You ain't
Joe
lying.
Biden and the Democrat Party have given us donkeypox. So we already got it. And what's the symptoms of donkeypox? High gas.
Yup.
High inflation. Unemployment. Jobs. Everybody got to work 2 jobs.
Yep.
You're broke. Oh, Lord. We already suffering from donkeypox. We already got it.
Yep. Yeah, you ain't lying. We certainly do got donkeypox. I want to get rid of it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get rid of donkeypox. It's led to monkeypox and some other crazy stuff. Yeah, we got to get rid of it. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. But it's crazy of the things that's going on right now. Now, since we're speaking about donkeypox, another symptom of donkeypox. ABC was just reporting on this, Jamal. Check it. They're saying that Americans are turning to stores like the dollar store for their general shopping and their grocery shopping. Jamal, no more Walmart in them. They going to the Dollar General and the dollar store. I mean,
yep.
Gosh, that is bad, Jamal. Let me go ahead and run this when it come back. I want to speak about it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. You see how crazy the show is, right? I know y'all love it. You do, right? You get to come over here and spread your mouth. Yeah, stretch it. Yeah, and you get to call liberals retards. Yeah, and nobody's going to say nothing to you either. It's real nice. I kid you not. Here we go. Make sure you share. Make sure you share. ABC reporting that many Americans now are turning to stores like the Dollar Store and the Dollar General for their shopping. Here we go.
As gas prices strain budgets and groceries are 12% more expensive than last year, consumers are turning to dollar stores.
What I'm seeing is that families are going to dollar stores to buy their groceries and then being more cost conscious in general.
Phoenix Camlow and his family of 5 have been relying on Family Dollar for more and more of their groceries.
It's convenient. It is a lot cheaper than going to a regular grocery store. Not all the food there is great, but it's definitely better than not having anything.
There are over 34,000 dollar-type stores in the U.S., and according to the Dollar General store, 75% of Americans have one within 5 miles of their home. So proximity and saving on gas, those are reasons why people are shopping there more.
I think I ended up coming away with about $125 that I had saved. Every little bit counts right now.
Wow, every little bit counts. Absolutely. That's why every vote counts to get these fools out of office. Now, Jamal, this man said, father of 5, they go to the dollar store, the Dollar General, to do their shopping. He's saying that they're saving boatloads of money. And times are hard. Every dollar counts. What do you think?
Well, the same thing that happened before. In the 1960s and 70s, you had stores pop up like Costco, Rose's, the Family Dollar Store. And when times get tough, people fall back on those stores. You can't walk into Target. I'm going to Target.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to Walmart. Let's go to Walmart and pick up some things from Walmart. No, we need to go to Family Dollar Store and Dollar General and the Dollar Tree and pick up some stuff. Because the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General has food.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? You can make a bologna sandwich. You can cook some collards. They have these things. And it stretches people money. People have to stretch their money.
Yep.
And a lot of these companies that deal with Dollar General, Dollar Tree, they're good companies. They may not have everything they have. Like, they may not season it all perfect, but you can do that with some fatback.
Oh, yeah.
Put some fatback in your collard, season it good. So it's not surprising that people are going to go to stores to save money. You have to.
Mm-hmm. They have to, and to be honest, I've been to the Dollar General and the dollar store, and I've, seen what they have there nowadays. They have eggs there. They have bread. They have cereal. They have a lot of the stuff that you would find in a lot of these, brand name stores. I kid you not. They may not have the size, the portion that you usually buy from there, but they have similar portions there that you can buy and save some money. And I believe that a lot of stores like the dollar store and stuff will start popping up and taking advantage of the new environment. And the environment, trust me, is going to be new for a lot of folks. People have read about the Depression, right? You read about the Depression. People were eating their cats and dogs. They were jumping out of their, windows of their homes. They were killing themselves, ladies and gentlemen. People who worked hard all their lives to see everything they have worked for go up in smoke, to lose it all. So it's very, very serious right now. And families will do what it takes for them to survive. And if that means shopping entirely at the dollar store, I believe a lot of them will. Last words here, sir.
You know what, Jermaine? It's just times people are poor. People need help. And the stores that are providing a good price and good product. Some of the stuff at the Dollar General is nice. It's for the house. Tissue paper. Hey, you need Charmin to wipe your butt. No, you don't.
No, you
need
don't.
Tissue paper wipe your hind part. But cheese, you know what? I want Kraft of Velveeta. You better get that dollar store cheese.
Yep.
It makes some good macaroni. And this is what we're going to have to do until we come out of the Biden recession.
Yep. You have to. You got to do what you have to survive and to provide for your family. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Mr. Trump. Yeah. Donald Trump. He recently was on a podcast and he spoke about Brittney Griner. He says that Brittney Griner is spoiled and she's a brat, and the U.S. shouldn't bail her out. So I want you guys to take a look at this. When I come back, I want to speak about it. A lot of liberals are mad at the president. They didn't like what he said. Gosh darn it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I'll get your take when we come back. Here we go.
Hey, by the way, the offer for Brittney Griner and Victor Bout that Russia has put forward, where they'll trade this arms dealer's 25 years for arms dealing all over the world for the WNBA player and also, I believe, a former Marine who's being held there.
She went in there loaded up with drugs into a hostile territory where they're very vigilant about drugs. They don't like drugs. And she got caught. And now we're supposed to get her out. And she makes a lot of money, I guess. But we're supposed to get her out for a absolute killer and one of the biggest arms dealers in the world. Killed many Americans, killed many people. And he's going to get a free card, and we're going to get her. She knew you don't go in there loaded up with drugs. And she admitted it. I assume she admitted it without too much force because it is what it is. And it certainly doesn't seem like a very good trade, does it? He's an absolute one of the worst in the world, and he's going to be given his freedom because a potentially spoiled person goes into Russia loaded up with drugs.
And what do you think?
Bow. Shout out to Trump. Now, Jamal, Trump is saying that, hey, Brittney Griner, she's spoiled. She went and brought drugs to a hostile country. And she wasn't using common sense. The U.S. wants to trade a gosh darn arms dealer, a guy who's on Satan's payroll. Yeah. And he's saying that, they shouldn't do it. It's crazy. What do you think here, sir?
Brittney Griner knew what she was doing when she went over there. Brittney Griner knew what she was doing when she went over there. Everybody tries to just report on they try to say it was small thing of hemp oil. She actually had marijuana oil on herself too. Yep. She had weed oil. Okay. She was arrested before Russia invaded. Donald Trump knew. He said in 2016, when America traded Bird Dog for 3 Taliban generals. I mean, the Taliban got off good for one traitor. This man, the merchant of death, he is like the enemy, the evil Tony Stark. Mm-hmm. This man is like the evil arms dealer you see in movies.
You don't want to let him go. You don't.
Now, what Trump is saying, he has freed too many black basketball stars overseas for doing dumb stuff. Remember, God, what is his name? I'm trying to think of his
LaMelo Ball son. The Ball son, right?
Yeah, he stole some shades.
China, right?
Yep. Another one, another rapper did something stupid in another country.
ASAP Rocky, Sweden. I was just speaking about that with a Negro who's challenging me. Go ahead.
So Donald Trump has been dealing with these stupid acting Negroes overseas and expecting America to bail them out. Well, you know what you find out? That black card don't work over there.
Yep.
They don't care about slavery, Jim Crow, segregation. They don't care about that. And in Russia, nope. Sorry. Your butt going to jail. And if we trade her for this merchant of death, only reason why we going to trade him for that is because we got a drone waiting for him soon as he step outside.
Yep.
But we can't drone him in Russia.
Nope. This is a bad deal all the way around, Jamal. The Merchant of Death trading that for Brittney Griner. The U.S. gotta be smoking some crack rocks. You get what I'm saying? Have her serve her time, and then she can come back and eat salad with her wife. Apparently right now her ex-wife is looking for child support. That's a big story there, which is kind of weird too. But Brittney Griner, she knew what she was doing. And what this is doing, ladies and gentlemen, is that they are trying to bypass what the real deal of the situation is. She broke the law by doing something that she wasn't supposed to do. They're trying to turn this into something that, she's a political prisoner because she's black, because she's American. No. She broke the law. And one thing I do know about the U.S. and liberals don't like to see, to let other folks see black folks do time for doing the wrong thing. They want to always have some sort of excuse for them. And there's no excuse for this. She did the wrong thing. She needs to deal with it. LeBron James, he came out recently and said that if he was Brittney Griner, he would seriously think about coming back to the U.S. This is what he said. When I heard this, I was floored. But, what can I say? People like him think like that all the time. Last words on this here, sir.
She should stay there. And I do believe the time of people letting American citizens go overseas and do crazy stuff is over.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe this they're going to start locking up American citizens. It's going to have to be like it used to be back in the 70s and 80s. You take your butt overseas, you better be on best behavior because they will lock you up. At one time, think about it, Jermain. You went across seas. You didn't act stupid.
You knew.
You did time in these jails. At some places, Americans didn't even leave the base.
Yep.
Well, you're going to have to find out the hard way. And now you know.
Absolutely. And now they definitely know. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Since we're on Trump right now, I want to speak to you about this narrative that is building. The narrative between the narrative of, I should say, Trump versus Fox News. This is the narrative. The New York Times today reported that Fox News has broken their ties with Trump. MSNBC, the Luciferian Enclave, they've all came out and said it. I want to go ahead and run this report here when it come back. I want to get your take on it. Is it true? Is there truth to this? Has Fox News decided to, move away from Trump and to focus on other Republicans who are close to Satan's bosom? Here we go. Make sure you share. We've
been reporting on the Donald Trump Fox News split, and now it has hit the front page that Fox is completely bypassing Trump in favor of showcasing other Republicans, effectively displacing him from his favorite spot. the center of the news cycle. Trump has noticed, complaining even Hannity won't pay him much attention anymore. Now, it's a problem for any candidate, even a PR reality show person like Trump, if you are being disappeared from social media, where he's been deplatformed, and television. Now, take Fox's website, kind of a fusion of both, at least TV and the internet, where there's a video making waves highlighting Republicans who say they like Trump enough to go to his recent rally, but are looking for a new leader in 24.
I like what he does, but he upset too many people, and he upset them really bad, so I don't think he's good for the party.
I voted for Trump both times, but I think his time has passed.
I'm thankful for everything that he's done, but I think that our Republican Party needs to be united.
At this point, he's a little too polarizing.
I'd like to someone that speaks the truth, and I really feel like DeSantis would be a good option.
100% DeSantis. I'm a DeSantis fan as well.
Republican activists, highlighted by Fox News Digital, the logo in the corner, looking for something other than Trump. And then you have what Rupert Murdoch has been leading over there, because instead of showing any of that Trump rally, Fox gave 13 minutes of live airtime to Ron DeSantis at the same night. This is a split that doesn't look like it's going away.
Bow. Let me go ahead and stop it right here. Let me stop it right here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. So you can see the liberal media right now is building that narrative. You can see it. That Trump has somehow split with Fox News. That Fox News is no longer, fully supporting Trump like they used to. This is what they're reporting. Now, Mr. Jamal, we are close to the midterms right now. How important is this, and how does this play into the midterms, sir? In your personal opinion.
I'm not surprised. People been knew this. People start seeing Fox News turn away. Start seeing Fox News turn away from President Trump. People have been watching this for years. That's why a lot of them are watching Tucker and leaving after Tucker, they turn. We watch Newsmat, One America News, podcasts, but we have totally cut away from Fox News. What Fox News have attempted to do is reestablish the old style Republicans. Yes, some people may say, well, no, Jamal, Ron DeSantis isn't like that. He pushes back. Ron DeSantis pushback is not like Donald Trump. Whenever people say, he's like Donald Trump, Jamal, but he's more refined, then he's not saying it 100% correct. He is not really giving it to them. Okay? And what Fox News have always wanted to do was Donald Trump did all the heavy lifting. We turned out for President Trump. They're trying to get those Paul Ryan Republicans back, those John McCain Republicans back. They don't want the Marjorie Taylor Greens. They don't want the Chip Roys. They want the Republicans that's going to, you can bring on the show, really. Why don't Fox News have Marjorie Taylor Greene up on the show?
I've always asked that.
Huh?
I said I've always asked that. How come they don't have her on there?
Why don't they have Lori Burbar?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they have her? You see, Chip Roy, because Fox News is trying to establish the old Republicans, the George Bush Republicans. Ron DeSantis, yes, he pushes back. Yes, he says a little bit. But Ron DeSantis, at the end of the day, is I want to say he's who's a good Republican? He's he's a Republican that will say a little something, but he won't push all the way. He won't get in office and free all the January 6ers. Nope. Mm-hmm. He won't get in office and push back because he's going to be worried about re-election. Donald Trump came in his first year and did what he did.
Yep.
Established people who was going to do it. I'm willing to bet you, because I've seen Ron DeSantis brag about his work with Democrats. Fox News want to make Ron DeSantis the president.
Oh, they're going to try to endorse him.
And oh, yeah, they're going to try to get him all the sweet time. And Donald Trump is going to go scorched earth. Mm-hmm. He already done took a shot across the bow at Fox and Friends in the morning. Explain this real quick, Jermain. Why don't Fox News talk about Truth Social? Why won't Fox News, when they say Donald Trump released a statement through social media, why don't they say Donald Trump released a statement from Truth Social?
Yep.
Why don't they have a major Fox News page on
Truth Social
like they got on Twitter?
It should let you know everything. It should let you know everything. And there is some truth to what the media is saying, Jamal, just like you're saying here, because they are not really reporting on the things Trump is really talking about. How come Fox News doesn't have their own page, their own channel on Truth Social? I mean, don't they support conservative and Republicans? You would think, right? Yeah, you would think, but they don't. They got
one.
It.
They got one. I'm looking at it. They got one on Truth Social, but you know what?
Is it Biden? They said that there's one on there, but it's made by somebody else. That's what they said.
This has a red check mark.
It's a red check mark? Okay,
yeah.
But maybe they got one on there now.
March 2022. They just got it.
There you go.
Yeah. They got one.
There you go. It lets you know. It lets you know. They don't mess with Trump anymore because they want their old Republican Party back. That's what it comes down to. I want folks to understand that's what it comes down to. They want their old Republican Party back.
Yep.
That's why they're not trying to report on the things Trump is talking about. That's why they don't have America First candidates on there like Lauren Boebert, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. They love to talk about them, right? But they don't bring them on. So they are trying to finesse Republicans, the national Republicans, into going along with what they want. They want to get rid of the grassroots, the things that Donald Trump brings that is so good. They want to get rid of it. So we have a problem. And Trump is starting to recognize the problem as well when it comes to Fox News and fake Republicans. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, and they're on the national ticket there, the fake ones. Last words here, sir.
Jermain, we knew Fox News turned their back on Donald Trump when they called Arizona. Oh, we knew Fox News something was wrong when certain calls were made.
Oh, yeah, during the election. Yeah.
You on YouTube and Facebook. You don't want to get banned.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When certain calls were made, we saw Fox News and how they hired Donna Brazile.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
We seen how some of them have acted. Now, I did hear Greg Gutfeld say something today that shocked me. Greg Gutfeld said today when I was listening to the Five coming home, he said that the terrorists that we blew up lived 35 years longer than Ashley Bobbitt.
Oh, wow.
Why don't Fox News do stories about Ashley Bobbitt?
There you go.
Fox News is trying to keep the MAGA supporters, but do us like John Boehner did us in 2010.
Yep.
When the Tea Party movement happened, what happened? Fox News slowly put us in the cage.
Yep. And they're trying to make it look like we're racist.
Well, they're not racist, but this is what the Democrats are saying.
Yeah.
And they let that Democrat expound and go and go and go, but the Republican, they give them short. We got True Social, we got Newsmax, we got One America News. Tucker Carlson is still holding strong.
Yep.
Because he's the only one telling the truth about that thug Zelensky and what's going on in Ukraine. And just real quick, Jermaine, if I hear Sean Hannity jump on his warmonger drum,
Lord.
he really thinks this is the U.S. military from the 1980s, and we're living in a world in the 1980s. Does he realize Russia is blowing up our equipment in Ukraine? They're beating Ukraine. They're grinding them down. That's Russian doctrine. Now he believes they just going to float over there and blow China up?
He's smoking. Sean Hannity, there's been a problem with him for the last few months, probably even longer than that. It's like he's been drinking the Luciferian Kool-Aid, especially when speaking about Russia and Ukraine war. It's almost like things that normal folks even know, he's not even reporting on it. It's weird. But, during this time, we are going to see a shift in coverage when it comes to that, because there's people who are trying to keep their jobs, I guess, trying to still make their mortgage payment. So, they're going to say things like this so that they can stay where they're at. And Sean Hannity seems to be one of those. Unfortunately, I should say, but it looks like he is. Now, there's a man by the name of Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo came out the other day, said that he killed a top Al-Qaida leader. He said that a U.S. drone strike killed him. I want you guys to take a look at this when I come back. I want to speak about Mr. Magoo. How low are his eyes? Let me tell you, how low. Mr. Magoo, here we go.
On Saturday, at my direction, the United States successfully concluded an airstrike in Kabul, Afghanistan that killed the emir of Al-Qaida, Ayman al-Zawahiri. And since the United States delivered justice to bin Laden 11 years ago, Zawahiri has been a leader of Al-Qaida, the leader. From hiding, he coordinated Al-Qaeda's branches and all around the world, including setting priorities for providing operational guidance that call for and inspired attacks against U.S. targets. He made videos, including in recent weeks, calling for his followers to attack the United States and our allies. Now, justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more. After relentlessly seeking Zawahiri for years under Presidents Bush, Obama, and Trump, our intelligence community located Zawahiri earlier this year. He had moved to downtown Kabul to reunite with members of his immediate family. After carefully considering the clear and convincing evidence of his location, I authorized a precision strike that would remove him from the battlefield once and for all. This mission was carefully planned, rigorously minimized the risk of harm to other civilians. And 1 week ago, after being advised that the conditions were optimal, I gave the final approval to go get him. And the mission was a success. None of his family members were hurt, and there were no civilian casualties.
Hit that like button. Make sure you share. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Shane Terry. Shane Terry took our challenge on PayPal. Shout out to Shane Terry. Shout out to you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. So, Mr. Magoo says that on his word, on his command, they went and killed the top leader in Al-Qaida. Now, they've been speaking about Al-Qaida in the news recently. They're saying that Afghanistan is back to being holy hell again. Mr. Jamal, what do you think?
Not to go off subject, I want to thank Shane Terry, my Alabama redneck, for his kindness and generosity and donation to PayPal. I want to thank him. But Jermain, tonight in Kansas, they had a vote and people voted to keep unrestricted access to abortion in Kansas.
Oh, no. Oh,
yes.
no.
Now, Republicans got the House, Republicans got the Senate, Republicans got the governor. They say, okay, we're going to keep abortion, but you're not going to have it like that. No. I'm sorry, but they got this vote in Kansas. It's just disgusting. But the vote, it is what it is. Right now it's 60-40, 482,995 for no restriction, 40%, 321,043 for restriction. So Republicans are going to have to chip away at that.
Oh, my Lord.
They're going to have to get in court at Supreme Court and do what they're going to have to do in the Kansas Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
But so Republicans in Kansas, you got work to do. But when it comes to Joe Biden, as you well know, Jermain, every president brags when a high-profile killing or bombing happens under his watch. Harry S. Truman did not drop the atomic bomb, but it happened under his watch. And he signed off on dropping the bomb. He said, drop it. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he didn't go out and fight the Germans and the Japanese, but he did raise the army to do it. The same with Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, he chose the generals. The generals carried out the mission. So Abraham Lincoln didn't win at Gettysburg, but he was the president. So for this one, I got to remain consistent, because when Donald Trump blew up al-Baghdadi, shot him like a dog in the cave, as Trump said. When he did that to al-Baghdadi, when that would happen on al-Baghdadi, Donald Trump said, I did it. When he blew up the Iranian general, Donald Trump, bragged about that. So I'm going to remain consistent, not hypocritical. So Joe Biden has a right to say, I did this because he was president and it happened under his watch. And he's the commander-in-chief, the CIA and all them did it. So I must remain consistent. Yeah, he can say that. I got to remain consistent.
Yeah, you have to be genuinely honest, and I understand that. One thing I do know about things of this nature, if you look at Biden's approval numbers, they're very low. The Democrats are in a whole heap of trouble. And one thing I do know, to get morale in the U.S. to get people on your side, to get your approval numbers up, is to either go to war or kill an enemy. And let me tell you something, he decided to kill an enemy. He's betting that this will help Democrats in the midterm. Make Democrats look strong, ladies and gentlemen, right? Yeah, make them look strong. This is what they're hoping. They're hoping that people will forget about the high gas prices, right? The food prices. They hope they'll forget about everything in their life and vote for them. That's what they hope. And I can tell you, I don't think it will happen. I don't think so. I think that there's too many factors right now, too many that the Democrats can't get a hold of. And, just doing something like this is not going to, in my personal opinion, sway the pendulum over. I don't believe so. Last words here, sir.
Oh. Well, like I was saying, I got to remain consistent because when President Trump under President Trump, I say he killed Soleimani and he killed Baghdadi. I was like, Trump did it. I got to remain consistent, y'all, and y'all know I will remain consistent. So in my book, he deserves a right to do a little victory. He should have his little victory lap and run around and tell everybody and what he did. Now, did he actually call it? Probably not. But his polls are sinking so bad. And the Taliban is coming back to Afghanistan. The man was killed. It's like this man went to a governor's mansion and was standing out there on the top deck like, and he got boom, blew up. But they're so comfortable coming back to Afghanistan that they don't. That's how screwed up Joe Biden did in his withdrawal from Afghanistan. Yes, that was a good kill, but we didn't have to lose all that.
Yep.
That's all. So I got to admit, let him have his little victory thing.
That's probably the only thing he can really have. I can tell you that. That's the only thing he can have, Jamal. The only thing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out, everybody for hitting that like button, everybody for donating. Absolutely. We have made it to our show. We're back to it, Jamal. We said we'd come back to it. People like Pookie Martinez, they've been waiting. They're like, 2 hours. We want it. We are back to it. So I want to go ahead and thank everybody for hanging out with us, hitting that like button, and doing your due diligence by sharing. Jamal, do you have any last words, good words for our beautiful crowd here, sir?
Yes, I'm so glad, Jermain, you was feeling better and you're back. Republicans we must do more to make sure that we get out the vote, support the right to life, and not back down. If we're not inviting 7 to 8 more Republicans to Truth Social, I got Truth Social on my cell phone. I don't have an iPhone, so I got to go through Google website to use it. But we need to start getting ourselves on our Truth Social, start spreading the word so we can do the things we need, because we cannot afford to have them win, because they're bragging right now, y'all. They're bragging that Kansas put abortion on the voters, and everybody said no restrictions. So basically, they're saying, as red as Kansas is, Republicans want abortion up to the child is born. Any Republican that says, no, I mean, you got to have some type, up to, you voted to have it. You support abortion up to birth and after birth. You voted with the people that did. So, Republicans, we got to do better.
We do. We got to do a lot better. We have to be honest with ourselves. We have to make sure that we do what is right. We have to. The liberals are banking on that we don't have, enough power in ourselves to do what is right. We do. We certainly do. And it's incumbent on each one of us to wield that power effectively. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. I want to thank everybody for coming on in here. I want to thank Jamal for hanging out with us once more again. And we'll catch you guys here later for another edition of Conservative Nation. You guys take care. Have
God
a
bless
beautiful
you,
night.
man. Glad you're back.
Thank you. You guys take care. Bye-bye.